Hi, Lisa here with Rocky Mountain Mind Body Therapy, bringing to you a short little chair yoga class. So for today's class, whoops, almost stepped on the laptop. You will need a non-collapsible chair, so when you push on the back of it, be sure it doesn't collapse. And also a strap or an old belt or a rolled up dish towel will work. So let's go ahead and sit back in our chairs, scoot all the way back, and then close your eyes, resting your hands on your thighs, and let's bring our palms facing up. And then begin to deepen your breath. Just mentally putting aside that to-do list for the next 20 or 30 minutes. So today's intention for our class comes from Mother Teresa. Cute little quote that I heard about. She said, "I am a little pencil in God's hands. He does the thinking, He does the writing, He does everything, and sometimes it is really hard because it is a broken pencil and He has to sharpen it a little more." Isn't that so true? So deepening your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your tummy and your chest. Sometimes we just have to let go and let God if we're stressing about something. So go ahead and open your eyes. And we're going to move up in our chairs about halfway forward. And then bring your palms facing up in front of you. And inhale to the side. And then exhale together. Inhale to the side. And exhale together. And this time inhale to the side. And then push it on up. And then turn the fingertips towards each other above your head, like I Dream of Jeannie. And then exhale, bringing them down, fingertips come together at the waist, and then send them on back. And then inhale back up. And then exhale down. And then continuing with the breath, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Nice. Move your shoulders in all different ranges of motion. And then go ahead and shake that out. And then we'll exhale our chin towards our chest. And inhale right ear towards right shoulder. And exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder. And exhale, chin towards chest. And then again over to the left side, or the right side, I'm sorry. Exhale, chin towards chest. And then inhale, back over to the left. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, center, and smile. And exhale, look over the right shoulder, and then inhale forward, exhale over to the left. Inhale forward, and again over to the right. Inhale forward, exhale to the left, and inhale forward. Good. So taking the feet out, let's go ahead and do some toe dexterity exercises. And just using your toes, crawl them up and down in front of you. Using the toes to walk them back and forth. And then heel toe the feet out, and then back in, and then back out again, and back in. And then let's go ahead and take them out a little bit, and sitting up tall. And then hands on top of the thighs, fingers in. And then exhale, dipping that left shoulder. And then inhale up, and exhale, dipping the right shoulder over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, dip. Inhale up. Exhale, dip. And inhale up. And then one more time on each side with the breath. Good. And moving into the seated spinal circles, inhaling forward. Exhale, rounding the back. Hear my chair groaning underneath my weight. Actually, this isn't the squeakiest chair I have. There's another one that squawks even worse. And then pause and reverse direction. So inhaling forward and exhale, rounding the back. And then make those circles smaller and smaller, coming back into stillness. And then moving into cat-cow, so arching the back slightly, looking slightly up, shoulders are back, shining the heart forward. And then exhale, rounding the shoulders into cat. Inhale, back into cow, arching the back. Exhale, rounding into cat. So again, if you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, you might not want to do extreme flexion of the spine. So go about like halfway. And then inhale back into cow. Exhale, cat. Good. And then coming back to neutral. And then we'll scoot on back and take the feet up and the arms up and do some ankle and wrist circles. First one way and then the other. All right. So grabbing that strap, we're going to take the buckle, if you have a buckle, and your hand, be sure it's in your hand, and pretend like we're going to lasso a cow or something. If you want, you can say yeehaw. And then reverse direction. And then switch to the other side. And reverse direction. And then here's the tricky part. Let's see if we can switch and keep it moving. Make sure that you don't let the buckle go. And then reverse direction. And switch. Don't drop the buckle on your head. And then out to the side. And switch to the other side. And then reverse direction. Switch to the other side. Hang on to that buckle. Good. All right. So we'll also use the strap and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So we're going to place the buckle in your hand again and stretch that right arm up and then pretend like you're patting yourself on the back and then take the left hand, swing it around and find that belt strap. So nice shoulder stretch. And breathe into that stretch. And then release, take the arms out to the side, and this time the right arm goes under left. Give yourself a hug. And then switch sides. So this time the belt buckles in your left hand. Bring the left hand up and act like you're going to pat yourself on the back. And right arm swings around and finds the strap. And then breathe into that shoulder stretch. So if there's any poses that we run across that doesn't feel quite right for you, feel free to modify or skip them. I realize some people might have had shoulder replacement surgery that might make this uncomfortable. And then release, take the arms out to the side, this time left over right, and give yourself a hug. Good. All right, so we'll take the strap to the side. And we're going to do blast offs. So if you remember last time, I was talking about a lot of seniors have a hard time getting up and down because they don't lean over far enough as they stand up or sit down. So you want to lean over and then nice and slow and controlled coming up. So this is 5. And then exhale down, stick your butt out. Nice, slow, and controlled seat. Good. So leaning over. And this is 4. Exhale down. And then inhale up. 3. And then 2. And 1. And blast off. All right. So we'll move into our, this time, let's see. No, I think we'll do lunges because we need some nice stretch in the psoas muscle. So I'm turning my chair sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Basically, stepping the left foot behind one leg of the chair, and then step back on the right. And the hips are neutral, and then straighten that back leg. So the right heel, it's okay if it pops up. And then knitting the ribs together, make sure the ribs aren't poking out, like you see so many, standing in this extreme lunge, and they've got their arched back and the ribs are poking out. You don't want to do that. So tuck the tail under, extend the leg, and engage the core, keep the ribs in place. And you can have the hands on the back of the chair, or maybe test your balance. Or you can also do airplane arms if you don't want to elevate your heart rate. Continuing to breathe. And then go ahead, place the hands on the back of the chair and shift the back leg up a bit and straightening both legs, leaning forward, stretching out that hamstring, the left hamstring. And then coming back up and switching sides. So this time, the right foot is in front. Step back on the left, line them up behind the legs of the chair. And then neutral hips, and then extend that back leg. And then the front knee is bent above the ankle. You don't want the knee to come in front of the ankle. Ribs are knitted together. Strong core in this. Strong core helps with balance. So testing the balance. Continuing to breathe as we balance. Feeling that nice stretch in the front of the hips, stretching out that psoas. And then placing the hands on the back of the chair, shifting the feet, bringing the back foot up a little bit, and then straightening both legs, hinging at the hip, keeping the back straight. Coming into pyramid pose, feeling a nice stretch in that right hamstring. Breathing into that stretch. And then bending both knees and stepping up. Good. Okay, so we're going to do half moon for a balance challenge. So placing the left foot towards the chair. We're going to bend that front knee and take the right arm out. And then placing that left hand on the chair, begin to lift that right leg up and flex the right foot. Continuing to breathe and balance. You don't have to come up that far. You can either do this against the wall too. Let's see. So against the wall, let's do the other foot. So the right foot be pointed towards the wall. And you want to get a comfortable distance. I think I'm a little too close. And then lean into the wall with that right hand. And then flex that left foot up. Bring that left arm up. So doing half moon against the wall or the chair. Continuing to breathe as you balance. Another option would be if you want to place the chair close to the wall, and then you can place the right foot towards the chair and then back up against the wall. So you have the wall to support. That way you don't have a chance of falling backwards. If you fall backwards, it's against the wall. And then bend that right knee as you come up and out of it. And then you can switch sides. So this time, left foot goes toward the chair. And then taking the left hand, bending that left knee. And then, you can get against the wall for support. And flex that right foot and bring it up. And then maybe you can play with working away from the wall, balancing on your own. So strong core in this helps balance. And then go ahead and bend that left knee as you come out. All right. So hopefully this is still recording. 18 minutes. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into lizard pose. So if you recall lizard pose, you want to place the hands on the chair, and you might take let's see, this would be your right hand on the back of the chair. Make sure it doesn't tip. And then go ahead and bring that left leg up. So stretching out that inner thigh. Breathing into the stretch. And then go ahead and take that left foot off and switch sides. This time the left hand goes on the back of the chair. And then let's see, is that right? Oh yeah. Left on the back of the chair, and then the right hand on the seat of the chair, and then take that right leg up. And then if you want, you can place both hands on the chair. Feeling that nice inner thigh stretch. And then go ahead and place the left hand on the back and take the right foot off and then standing up. All right, so for the rest of the class, you can either do this seated. We're going to move into our pigeon pose. So if you choose to do a seated pigeon, that's where you take the strap underneath the foot and then behind, and then stretch that right leg out, and then take the left ankle up and down the shin, and then you can bring it up above the knee, or you can let it hang below, and be sure to flex that left foot. So what we're going to do, if getting on the floor is accessible to you, you can do it in the chair or on the floor, is come to the floor, and you can use the chair for assistance if you want. And then lying on your back, we're going to take the hands out to the side, and then the right foot comes up. Flex the right foot, and then cross the right ankle above the left knee. Sometimes this reclining pigeon is more accessible to people, because, I mean, you can do this when you're in bed if you want. And then go ahead and take the hands, thread them through, and then clasp behind the left thigh, or you can take the strap and thread it through if that's easier. So remembering to flex the right foot to protect the knee. So feeling a nice stretch in the outside of the right hip, stretching out that piriformis muscle that lies on top of the sciatic nerve. And if we keep that piriformis muscle nice and stretched and flexible, then likely it will help with sciatica. It won't be stretching over that sciatic nerve and irritating it. And then go ahead and release and switch sides. So this time left ankle comes up, and flex the foot. And bring the left ankle above the right knee, and threading the hands through, clasping behind the right thigh. Breathing into that nice stretch. Coming back to our intention. We are the little pencil that sometimes needs to be sharpened. God does the thinking. He does the directing if we'll let him. So go ahead and release. And grab your strap. You can do this either seated or on your back. And then lasso that right foot and send it up to the sky. And then draw the toes back towards you. You can either have the left knee bent, or you can straighten it. So drawing the left shoulder back down toward the floor. And then open up to the side. And again, if you're seated, you could also do this. You might want to grab the back of the chair with the left hand. And then taking it up and over And switching hands on the strap, extending that right arm out, whether seated or lying on the floor. And then, draw that right leg over to the left side. And that's quite a stretch. Nice, yummy stretch. And a twist. It's so important to do twists and massage those internal organs. Helps to wring the toxins out of the organs. And then take your gaze back up to the sky, and then slowly you can bend that knee as you bring that foot out, up, and then switch sides. This time, sending the left foot up, drawing the toes back, flexing the foot. Breathing into that nice hamstring stretch. And if you remember, flexible hamstrings are important to help with the lower back, because if you have tight hamstrings, you're going to have them pulling on your lower back. And then open it up to the side. Reclining big toe pose. And then taking the left foot up and switch hands on the strap. And then extend that left arm out as you draw the left leg over to the right side for a twist. And then draw your gaze back up to the sky as you slowly bring that left leg back over, and then take the strap off. So we're also going to do eagle, reclining eagle or seated if you're still in the chair. And you simply cross the right knee over the left, or you can hug the knees together if that's not accessible to you. And if you want to do the full extension, you can hook that toe, the right toe, around the left calf. And then take the arms up, bend the elbows, and then either press together, elbows, or cross the right elbow underneath the left and press the back of the arms and the hands together. Or you can do the full extent and wrap the arms so that your palms are facing each other. And then really hug into midline. And we're going to take the eagle up and then exhale, crunch. So we're going to do a little bit of a core exercise here as well as moving that lymph around. Inhale long, exhale, crunch. And move slow in this. If this isn't good for your lower back, feel free just to, rest on your back and hug in. Squeeze the arms and the legs together. And then go ahead and release and switch sides. So this time, left knee over the right. And then arms up, bend elbows, and then the left elbow underneath the right. And then if you like to do the crunches, inhale long, exhale, crunch. Inhale long, exhale, crunch. Or you can just rest and squeeze into midline, hugging those arms and those legs together. And then release. And time for Shavasana. So if you're in the chair, scoot all the way back, like we did at first. And gently close your eyes, resting your hands on your thighs. If you're on the floor, you can stretch the arms and the legs out, arms down by the side, palms facing up, and your eyes gently closed. And we'll take just a few minutes of silence to let the practice sink in. So begin to bring movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then stretching your arms up above your head. And then if you're on the floor, you can roll over to your right or left side. So resting your head in the crook of your arm. Let's just take a moment of thanksgiving. What are you thankful for today? And when you're ready, you can use your arms to push yourself up. So in closing, I'll be reading from 1 Peter 5:7. And it's just real short. Live carefree before God. He is most careful with you. So the light in me honors and adores the light in you, which is what namaste means. Namaste. So I hope this practice has blessed you, and y'all have a good evening.